What's up, Orcamaniacs, and welcome to a special edition of Dbl Drbl. This is episode number 19. We've entitled it All Smilez. And the reason we're calling it that is because this guy, I think he smiles more than anybody on our entire team. You guys have seen him before. He's actually from our very, very first pilot episode of Dbl Drbl, like 1,000 years ago. Meet the Orcas.
1,000 years ago.
Yeah, you guys see him at the bottom. He's got the hair flowing. It's going crazy. That's our dude, Andrew Drewski Bournes. What's going down, Andrew?
Not much. Thank you for having me again. It's a pleasure to be back. I feel like it was just yesterday we did our first interview, but you know how times be flying.
Ain't that the truth?
For real.
It's been a freaking while. It's in a minute. It's going to be fun. Apparently joining us on the side of me here, surprisingly, not really surprisingly, is the Spotlight Stealer. I'm just kidding. Adam Flash Stanford's hanging out with us as well, so he might jump in occasionally. What's up, Flash? He's running something. There's his what's up. We're good.
Yeah,
it's an audio, Adam. We need audio. There you go. So Flash is hanging out with us today. We also got my partner, George, my partner, G. We got the doc, and we got the coach. We got a lot to talk about today. Holy crap. First off, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the 2020 Western Conference champion, Los Angeles Lakers. Woo!
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's right. All right. Yes, sir. It's going to be awesome. Regardless of who they play, you know, it's going to rock. It's going to be crazy. So.
Surprised you didn't wear your merch, Doc.
She's got some.
Oh.
She's got it. It's there. I wore mine all day.
I don't need to let anybody know what's already obvious.
Oh,
we already know.
I
There
like
we go.
I like that. Yeah, I was wearing mine yesterday. I didn't get to see the end of the game because I was at work at the radio station, but I did get to announce it on the radio, and I thought that was super cool. So that's something I can't take away. It's going to be fun, regardless of who we play. I'm going to go around really, really fast before we get in with Andrew. Who do you think we're going to play, and what are your predictions? Mine, I'm saying Miami. And we're going to beat Miami in, I want to say 6. I'm going to go 7. What do you say, George?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think looks like we're going to play Miami, and I think it could go to 6 or 7 games.
7, Doc?
So I'm going to actually say Boston.
Okay.
Because I really think it's going to be that Lakers-Celtics rivalry from long ago that needs to revisit.
We're ready for it. G?
Same as Doc. I'm taking the Celtics. I think
Okay.
I love that rivalry. I gotta see it again. 10 years later, man. Let's do it again.
That'd be awesome. What about you, Coach?
I think Miami might have messed up letting Celtics get that last game, but
Yep.
Miami only has to win 1. Celtics have to win 2, so I'll take Miami. Plus, Adam's a Miami guy, so I don't want to upset him today.
Yeah. Adam's giving us a peep show up there. How about we don't do that? What about you, Drew?
I'm taking Miami in 7. Going against the Grays.
Ooh, okay. All right. So enough of the Lakers. We're all super excited. It's been a while. It's time to win it for Kobe and Gigi. It's going to happen. It's fate. It's supposed to happen.
Sure.
So, all right. So on to the man of the hour. We haven't I talk to him all the time, but we haven't actually talked to him since the pilot episode. That's like 3 months ago, give or take, something like that. So Andrew, can you do me a big favor, bro? For our newer viewers, our newer listeners, can you just give us a quick little background about you, or, where you've been, what you've done, things in your life that have affected where you are, and then we'll just hop off of that and we'll keep rolling like we usually do.
Lately I've just been kind of sticking to myself, really trying to find my roots and just figure out the type of man that I want to be moving forward, and just letting my work ethic kind of speak for itself, and not just talking about it, but being about it.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless of whether it's on the court or off the court, just trying to get better and better myself each day.
Cool. What about like leagues? What leagues have you played in your career?
Right now I'm playing in a superstar league. It's pretty local for the most part. Okay. Right now my team's #1 in division.
Cool.
Should be #1 seed in playoffs. And so things are going well with that.
Okay. Cool. What other? You also played in other leagues, right? Like, have you played BBL, P4E, anything like that?
Nothing lately. The last couple tournaments I played in were in Latino tournaments. I don't know if people know I'm half Mexican. So I've been playing these tournaments in out of state, Arizona and Las Vegas, and we won the last 2 out of 3, which was very good. You know, it was my first 2 wins at all, so it was nice to get noticed in that circuit.
Yeah, buddy. A title's a title, my brother. Take it, have fun with it. What about like off the court? Have you been? You think you used to coach? Are you still like helping kids out in some which way or another? Or are you just chilling on that for a while?
I'm just chilling off of that for a while, just because I understand the circumstances around. I don't want to put too much pressure on the parents to make decisions. So it's just whenever they feel comfortable allowing their kids to get back to physical activity and training and stuff like that, then I'm all hands on. But for the most part, I'm still waiting back to hear from the schools if they're going to reopen, if their season's going to happen this year.
Okay.
It's just so uncertain.
Cool. Well, ain't that the freaking truth of anything?
Right.
Cool. You also, let's see, you're going back in your background a little bit. You know, you didn't have it wasn't easy for you. You know, you made it out of a lot of things. You know, you had a family death, but it made you the stronger person that you are now. You know, and then you met Dawn, and Dawn became like a mentor to you. Can you let our new viewers know a little something about that, about just Dawn stepping in as a mentor to you?
It was very funny because I didn't say I didn't like Don, but I didn't like his team because we played against each other in the Venice Beach, and he knocked me out of the playoffs. So there was some little saltiness still with that. But, you know, we got together at that All-Star event, and like I said, there was no grudges, no anything, and he asked me to participate in his little leagues that he has going on outside of the Venice Beach, and I was 100% in for that. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I felt very comfortable with it, and it was like a no hesitation for me.
Okay. And now look at you guys. You can't get away from each other. Like that brother figure that just keeps holding on to you. But it's cool. He still always has the best interest. Right? You know? I mean, you've said on previous shows.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something that's hard to find nowadays.
No, dude, that's so true.
Hey, I wanted to step in and ask you a few questions, if that's cool with you.
No.
Of course.
Go ahead.
So the other day I noticed on Instagram that you posted something about Klay Thompson coming back, right?
Yep.
So how do you feel about that, and how do you feel about the Warriors next year coming back with the Splash Brothers, and not only that, but with the second pick in the NBA draft this year? How do you feel about all that, man?
Oh, man. I feel like the NBA kind of forgot about them. They really did, which is, you know, it's understandable. You got to worry about right now and this year and this season. But, you know, they were the 3-time champs for a reason. And I feel like next year they're going to put everybody back on notice. So this is the best time for the Lakers and LeBron to get a ring, because it's only going to get tougher and tougher that I see in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Now I'm praying, fingers crossed, that they trade that second pick for Ben Simmons.
That would be cool.
You want Ben Simmons on the team? Okay, yeah. Okay.
That would be cool.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, man.
Of course.
Crazy. What about do you got anything else, Doc? You got anything?
I'm just, wondering why Don's wearing Mises brand right now. If he's repping somebody's brand, why would he?
The drama starts.
Called you out.
Thank you, Doc.
Don. Called you out.
Take that off. Adam, get off of my show right now. Look what he's wearing. I knew you were going to do that. You guys planned that, didn't you? Sorry, Coach. Go ahead.
For Doc's question, who's going to have to answer that?
Excuse me?
Why is he wearing that?
You got to answer the question. What's up?
Uh-oh. What happened?
So, apparently I just don't have the proper size shirt.
Oh.
I have to get that ordered.
Oh.
But I told him I have one ready to go, but, he's very picky.
There you go. All right, Flash, I got to ask, did you plan this? Not cool, bro. Not cool. You planned.
Hold on.
He definitely planned this.
Oh,
What did I play?
You ain't playing no one yet. You got one more win, bro.
That's fine. We're gonna go to the finals. We're gonna win the finals, and after we win the finals, I'm gonna be the only dude in California to celebrate.
All I'm gonna say is
salty.
Keep that same energy, bro. Keep that same energy.
all I'm gonna say is he
Tyler
got
Hero.
that jersey on 5 minutes ago.
I know, right? He just
Because I'm making a shelf. I'm barbecuing for us. We're
Excuses.
doing a lot.
Excuses.
It's all right. We'll have a big Laker party after they win. We'll have a big Lakers win party. We'll invite, Adam to run around in his jersey. We'll see. It's all right. It's all right. See what I mean? I told you, Drew. I told you this would happen. He's already taking.
No, you're right. You're right. I was thinking it might be different. But no.
You knew that was going to happen. Okay, so back to you. You said you play in a bunch of different tournaments. How do you go about doing something like that? Do you find out about it from other coaches, or do they call you, or how does that work?
So it's more or less just about connections, about who you know that's already established in that area. So for me, one of the best teams in the league, they contacted me and reached out to see if I was interested in playing, just because of the whole COVID thing. They're going to keep it very small and private, but it was still going to be going on. So luckily, like I said, I got reached out by one of them, and ever since then, it just took off and it's been very smooth.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because we heard about you were in a couple different tournaments. Like the last time I was going to have you on the reunion show. You had something going on. So
yeah, I played against Buddha. That's when we were in Vegas.
Ouch. Okay, that must have been fun. How did that go?
Oh yeah, we beat him by 30. Beat him by 30.
Did you have to defend him?
A couple times, but I think he got hurt, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is that same injury that he had before? Same nagging?
The hamstring, I believe.
Yeah. That guy, man, he has no off button, man. He pushes too hard. So.
He does.
Cool,
yes, he does.
All right, so something else took place this week with you. The whole reason we're here today on a Sunday. You were at, was a combine, right? A combine yesterday.
Yes.
Can you explain to us what it was?
I think it was just for a combine, just for players to showcase themselves in front of a couple of G League teams. I know one of them was Stockton and the other one was the Clippers G League.
Oh, cool.
But it's just more or less just to get some film and just to be able to compete in front of coaches and agents, just to, kind of get some exposure and get myself out there and known.
Mm-hmm. It's funny you say that. I was literally going to say that. I mean, regardless if they pick you or not, you got that exposure now, and people know you, bro. People
yeah,
know
definitely.
You. They're not just looking at your skills or looking at your personality. They're looking at you in general. So, if you ever have to leave us to go, you get picked by someone on the NBA, hey, more power to you, brother. We're right there behind you, and you know it. So
thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Fingers crossed always for that.
The Celtics. If you go to the Celtics, I'm just go ahead, D.
What happened?
I said if you go to the Celtics,
just getting.
What was that, G? You froze.
Nah, man. Just I was showing Drewski some love, man. Hopefully he could get a call back from one of those teams and
never know.
Do some danger up in there, bro.
Never know.
Hopefully he could hopefully he could play for the LA Defenders or the South Bay Lakers.
South Bay Lakers,
Purple and gold, baby. Woo-hoo. Never know.
Hey,
Drewski will look good in purple and gold.
Yeah, he would.
Hey, Drewski, for the Warriors, isn't it the Santa Cruz Warriors, right?
Yep, Santa Cruz Warriors.
There you go. Yep.
We'll see.
Hey, anyone else want to cut me a check? I'll wear whatever you need to wear.
That's true. Ain't that the truth? What was I gonna say? Did you hear? This is totally off the subject. Did you guys hear about Delonte West? And if you did, how do you feel about it? Did you hear about what happened?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Okay, you got that face. He knows. So how do you feel about it? Do you think he just spent his money in the wrong way? Or since you're talking about money, you're talking about getting paid. Delonte West was a high-paid player for a very long time, and now he's homeless.
Yes, he was.
So what do you think happened? What do you personally feel happened?
I just think, me personally, I just feel like too many people were involved in his life, and he had to try to take care of everybody else around him but himself. And it got to the point to where, he needs help and he needs people to be in his corner, and nobody was there for him because he was a nobody at that point. But they felt like. So I feel like they only loved him as much as the money was there, and then once it was gone, everybody else kind of just disappeared.
Sadly, that's the case with so many athletes. You can just see it in so many, and it's horrible. I mean, even you look at like people, even like Hall of Famer Pete Rose, he still has to do all these autograph signings just to make ends meet. You know, even like OJ, like when he got out of jail, he couldn't get anything for a long time. You know, and these are like Hall of Fame names, so it's pretty crazy. I didn't mean to just throw that out there, but I just wanted to see where you stood on that. Does anybody have anything basketball? Also basketball. How about you, George? You can just jumping in here and there. Do you have any questions you want to ask Andrew in general, basketball related, that you don't already know?
Nothing right now. Oh yeah, I got one. So, it is a basketball question. So, when you heard about LeBron James like getting 16 votes for MVP and Giannis's 80 something MVPs, what was your reaction towards that when you first heard about it?
I was shocked to hear the amount of votes that he got, and for the type of caliber player that he is and what he's doing now still this day. Greatness. I appreciate what he is and what he's doing, what he's been doing, what he's going to do. And honestly, he should have at least 3 or 4 MVPs more than what he has now.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't surprise me that the league will kind of just do that to him, just in a sense, because they want to go with the younger player, more exciting in their eyes, whatever the case may be. But he definitely got jibbed out of that one, for
I
sure.
agree with that.
In that Kobe treatment.
All right.
Yeah, but he's going to get the Finals MVP.
I'm right
I
here.
feel like no matter what, it's set up for the Lakers to win it, and he's going to get the most important award at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Giannis can keep whatever.
So if anything, I feel like that kind of helped him and with this playoff push to give him that extra drive to be like, you know what, all right, let me go prove these guys wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think like the way he played, he took it personally, and he wanted to prove to everyone that he is the best player in the NBA, and he could still do the stuff that he done for 17 years. 17 years, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Not a lot of players in his caliber have that type of skill set to like really give you buckets and be more effective on the court.
Yeah.
Agree with you 100%.
At that age too.
Yeah.
Nobody's looking at that age, man.
Yeah.
So
And now,
Now, does he pass everybody to become number 1 all-time scoring? I
not
know
yet.
he has a few years away, but
Now, yeah, I heard he's third in assists.
I
yeah,
think he's
up
behind
there.
Magic.
He's up there. He's behind John Stockton and who else? It's somebody else. I forgot.
yeah, he's also up in the the top. It was like third on the most NBA Finals appearances too, something like that. So,
Oh yeah, behind Bill Russell as well.
yeah, and then on top of that, he's like the
I think
face of the.
Jones too.
He's the face of the whole movement of the whole NBA BLM movement right now too. So he has that on his as well. So
Yeah,
it's crazy. So I'm gonna ask Flash.
There's a lot. He carries a lot. And I feel like people don't give enough credit for that.
Yeah, and people don't know a lot of the stuff that he's done outside of the court. Even in like when he was in Cleveland, he opened a whole school. Like a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
You know, he opened an entire school and paid for the whole thing. So it's why when people hate on certain players, I'm like, you need to get your facts straight before you start hating on players for whatever it is they do on the court, because you don't know what they're doing off the court. So
Exactly.
that's how I feel.
Exactly.
Since we're talking the BLM, I wasn't gonna jump into BLM so early, but since we're talking about it, you know, you being an African American male and an athlete and a public figure, to an extent you're a public figure, how do you feel about the whole Breonna Taylor verdict, and what can you do to make more awareness, maybe let's just say when the season does start, or even now, like on social media or whatnot?
Honestly, it got to the point where I try to just stay away from social media, because it got to the point where I was tired. Just every single day I'll get on Facebook, Instagram or something, I hear about somebody's death, and specifically Breonna Taylor, and dealing with that whole thing. It was just emotionally and mentally draining, honestly. Just the fact, like, can't even value somebody's life. You know what I mean? They rather blame on the bullets missing, hitting the neighbor's walls and this and that, other than the fact that, like, we have a dead human being. And not even just because of her skin color or race, but just the fact that we're all humans. We all are literally the same, come from the same people and everything. So it's sickening. It really is. And if anything, if I could bring awareness to it, it's just equality, like, more than anything. And I deal with that too sometimes in Orange County, where I go out there to work out and stuff. And certain people look at me a certain way or think I'm affiliated with this and that just because of my appearance and how I look or my hair, or my tattoos. So,
Sadly,
I've dealt with it personally as well. And it's just one of those things where I just have to prove them wrong in a sense of, like I said, I'm an upstanding citizen, but it's just sad it gets to that point.
Yeah, sadly it is. Oh, gee, you're from Anaheim. Do you see that as well all the time?
Oh, definitely, most definitely. I don't know if you guys know this, but they say Orange County is one of like the most racist counties in the like California. And I don't know if you guys know this. The area between like Irvine and all that area over there is like what's that group called? I think I want to say KKK, but it's like the Aryan Brotherhood.
Yep.
That's their neighborhood. So so us being in Orange County is like we can't really be out here like that, man, because people be like assuming it's just so bad.
Yeah, it's sad.
And I see a lot of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go for it. It's your show. Go for it.
I've seen a lot of like Trump stands, especially Orange County and South County, like Irvine, Mission Viejo, San Clemente. And it just makes me wonder, at the time when Obama was running for president, people were out there doing that for Obama. How would the opposite party react to that? And how would they handle it? But just driving through it, it's just like they're so proud to, support Trump and, this and that. But I'm just like, do you really support what he stands for as a human being, as a person? Things that he's done in his past and he's continuing doing now, and how he just devalues people. I don't know.
Yeah,
it makes me upset when I see stuff like that.
Yeah, and I totally got you. Like, I try not to get political. You guys know that. People want to vote. I have a best friend who's like a diehard Trump supporter, and if that's what he wants, and that's what he wants. I also have another friend who's total opposite. She hates Trump. But it's how they, like you just said, you can support Trump, you can support Biden, you can support whatever. But it's how you carry yourself as a person representing this, this candidate.
Right.
If you're not being that good person, you can still represent Trump and back Trump and still be good in the community. You can still do things like that. Like,
I agree. I completely agree.
It's horrible. Speaking of community,
exactly.
Yeah, we kind of covered this in episode 1, but a lot has come up and we've worked on some more stuff. We actually talked to the head of the community's director, I believe it was, a couple shows ago, and we got a lot of stuff planned. So I know you being an outstanding citizen, a super cool dude, laid back dude, caring dude. Are you excited about all the possible community outreaches we're going to do? We have the Pillow Drive coming up in a couple weeks. I know me and G are going for sure. I hope you guys are able to be there as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited, honestly, just because I never had somebody come back and give back to my community growing up. So now being older and being in that position, I understand the power that it has behind it, because it may influence just that one kid who, had just what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
We're just doubting themselves. They thought they couldn't do whatever it is that they want to do or chase their dreams. But I feel like I can honestly say I'm living proof of that without achieving these major accomplished goals. I feel like I've made it in life in my own way. If I can help the next kid do that and get out of their own community and see how big this world really is, then I want to do my part any way that I can.
And we need more athletes like that. We need those Mike Trouts, those Cal Ripken Juniors, those Kobe Bryants. We need those people that go out and do stuff, and care. And their fans are not just numbers; they're people. And you show them that. And then, like we've talked about, I don't think on your show, but we've talked about you guys being accessible players. You're not just like, okay, game's over, I have to go do media now, I'm leaving. You will be able to talk to fans. You will be able to go to the community outreaches. You'll be able to do stuff like that. And you guys, you Flash, freaking Buddha, everybody, we're all very approachable. And like you said, that could change the life of a little kid who might have just been through a bunch of trauma or had a dad walk out or a mom walk out or a death and whatever. And then you signing that one basketball, putting that one little note, you could change their lives. And I know you guys both, you and Flash, would both do something like that, and it's awesome.
Thank you, I appreciate that. That's the goal. That's the dream. That's why, I was very big with the Orcas, because I know they wanted to get back to the community and work with, the kids and adults and parents and work on mental health and bring awareness to a lot of things that are issues for athletes, not only athletes, but everyday people. And they struggle with, and they just don't have that common I would say that common factor to share with other people. So it's nice.
It shows you're real. I mean, like, even if we've seen athletes go in and do like tutoring sessions before, you know, just being in the classroom with the kids. Hey, I was a student too, you know, I went through what you're going through and I'm here to help you. You know, it's crazy. It's cool to see that kind of stuff. Not like, hey, I made it, I'm above you, don't bother me. You know, athletes like that, celebrities like that in general, just drive me up the freaking wall. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And I know you guys are definitely gonna like that. So that's really cool. I got a question for Coach though. Maybe he knows. When we do these community outreaches, are we planning on bringing a number of players, certain amount of players, or what have they told you about that?
For those events, especially not during the season, it's going to be optional, but it's going to be highly encouraged that as many players as can. Because if we support the event, then I support it. Okay. You know, because there's a purpose behind it. Yeah. And, you know, there's going to be certain players that can make it, but it's not going to be mandatory, of course. But it's definitely going to be encouraged because they're going to get just as much out of it as the people that they're blessing with. With the Pillow Drive, everybody involved is going to get just as much as the people getting the pillow, if not more. You know, it's better to give than receive, and you always get more out of it, and it'll be something that they could take when Drew has kids and when Adam has kids. And according to Facebook, they're supposed to have kids like soon.
No.
Okay. Adam's supposed to have one in like a month. But
yeah, I saw that too.
So,
that's something you need to tell us.
Hey, you post it. If it's on Facebook, it's true. You know, you guys know
it's on Facebook. It's true.
Plan now.
We'll definitely strongly encourage the guys to do as much as they can. Okay. And then do their own stuff too. Okay. You know, Adam and Drew both have their own brands and their own mission and their own calling. So, and we'll help them with those as well.
Okay. Cool. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, like me and G said a couple shows ago, we live really far from Oxnard, but I'd be down there in a heartbeat to do any type of community work, you know, because we've been there. We've been at the bottom of the barrel, you know, and just to see, like Drew said, to see those kids' eyes just light up, you know, it's life-changing. And it's going to be really, really awesome. So, Doc, do you have anything you want to say on this topic by any chance?
Yeah, actually, if you wouldn't mind, maybe I could Venmo you so that you could get a couple pillows in my name because I'm not going to be around to be able to go. Or like, I don't know, maybe that would take a little bit of the burden off of whoever's, you know, like doing most of the logistic stuff.
No doubt, we'll work something out.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Doc. I just talked to James. We're going to go, but I guess they delivered the pillows yesterday, and I thought they were delivering them next week. So I texted him, and I asked him, hey, can I just bring some? You know, me and G were going to get a bunch and just bring them. And then, you know, I have family members that want to help as well. So we can do either, like you said, the Venmo or they have the website. You can go on the website. It tells you exactly how to go about doing that. Don, do you know if they're going to, James was saying they're going to put messages on the pillows.
Sorry for the background. It's good.
I'm sorry?
Hold on. I have a lot of background noise. I know.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The pillows. Coach is talking, your mic's off. Go ahead.
Sorry, to jump in real quick about the Pillow Drive.
Yeah.
James has been going through a lot. His brother just passed away.
Oh my God.
He's been a little MIA, but rightly so. So in the past couple of weeks, so just he's trying to put on the Pillow Drive and go through the morning. So just you know, lift him up in prayer and whatever you could do to support it would be good and be cherished.
No, I got a lot planned. J-Rock too. He just lost somebody this week too. So that's why he wasn't able to be on the show. We tried to get him on today, and he's the same thing. He just buried someone yesterday. So prayers for both of them.
And this This year has been tough for everybody, man.
Ain't that
Definitely has.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, no, the only reason I asked is because I'm willing to buy, a bunch of pillows and write messages myself. Like, I have Sharpies, I have stuff, I can write stuff, and that's not a problem. But I didn't know if he was going to hang on press or what he was going to do. So definitely, me and G, we'll work on something, and we'll make sure we get those out there. So
Yes, sir.
crazy. What time is it? 1:35. We still got a lot of time. It's going really quick. So Drewski, what's in the?
I got a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, you
can wait.
got a question. You're good. You guys are good.
Okay. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed or seen for yourselves, but I know I did mention this a little while ago, but there's a lot of women's ABA teams popping up around the West Coast. So how do you guys feel about that?
Very good question.
You want to go ahead first, Drewski?
Go first, Drewski. It's your show.
Yes. Honestly, I love it. I love to see it. I actually went out to a women's basketball tournament yesterday, one-on-one for $2,000, and it was just fun and exciting just to be there, just to see women compete and get the honest, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Respect. Respect.
Not respect.
Recognition.
Recognition.
There you go. They deserve
Because
it.
even in the Venice Beach League, I had so much respect for those women. You know, we had one girl on each team, and they went out there and they balled out. It's very fun and exciting. So I'm glad they get an opportunity to get paid to do what they love to do.
It's going to be cool. Flash, did you hear the question? Because we're asking you too. How do you feel about the women's ABA team? Is he there?
He said he's talking to his grandma. He'll be back.
Oh, come on, Granny. It's all good. Don't even worry about it. I'm excited about it personally. But Doc, you were talking about earlier. I don't know if it was on air or not. You were talking about the LA team, the women's ABA, and we were just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Can you explain what's going on with that?
So first of all, I do want to say that I highly respect anybody who is working to have gender equality or have women be able to, be at the same level as men and are pushing for that. I just think that sometimes it's through the eyes of a man, or it's coming with like wanting to use features or qualities of a woman that can be the most like attractive to an audience, or trying to pull something in, kind of like the lingerie football league.
Yeah,
that was some BS, right? Like these beasts, these athletes, like these women will take 80% of the 90% of the men in the world out in a split second. You know what I'm saying? Like these women are beasts, and they have them out there in bras and thongs playing football. You know what I'm saying? Like that, to me, that's just ridiculous.
Degrading.
So when I see things like the pink Pumas was one of them that I saw yesterday, and then today I just saw the LA Divas, and the logo for the pink Pumas is like this bright pink, like kind of cartoony puma. I don't know, like it just doesn't really resonate with me. And then I see LA Divas, and in the logo they're saying, which one do you like better? One of them has just a lipstick in the middle, a red lipstick, and the other one has a pair of high heels and a red lipstick. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I understand you're trying to create possibilities and opportunities for more women to play professional basketball. I am all for that, of course, right? But let's be careful to not push us backwards or keep us lowered and keep us in like a misogynistic stereotype. Why not the professors? That's something that I suggested. Like, why can't the women be the professors? Like, I don't want to be beat by the professors. That sounds hard.
Well, I like that.
What do you think hearing that, Drew? What do you think of hearing about the divas and that?
I completely agree with her. I didn't like the whole concept that they have behind the whole LA Divas, because now they're just trying to sell sex appeal, which I feel like this isn't right.
Exactly.
You can't market people that way. People aren't objects that should be used in that way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sadly, that's been going on for years. I mean, Vince McMahon's been doing it for years, and in WWE, and he just stopped like 8 years ago when Triple H started to take over, and now the girls they kick ass. You know, like you said, they're athletes. You know, and look at women's soccer. Look at the WNBA. The playoffs have been awesome this year. You know, you got to give them the respect. And the WNBA, they all have pretty, you know, legit names, and I totally get what you're saying. I hear divas and I hear, you know, Real Housewives. That's what I see. You know, something like that. And that's just not right. That's just not fair.
Yeah, I actually agree with Drewski and Doc because let's not forget that yes, like you guys mentioned, like it's all about like equality, but like let's not forget that it's more like it's not all about like objects and stuff like Drew was saying. It's about women empowerment because women could do just as much as men could do. So with that, like at the end of the day, we're all human beings, whether it's people have different genders, people have like, you know, different opinions and stuff. We all live in that same world. And at the end of the day, we have to respect each other for that.
Wow.
Exactly.
Coming in.
So I do have a question to follow up with that. Unless anyone else has, Don, George, G, do you have anything to add?
I just on the women's basketball. A lot of the women's basketball, high level, I'd rather watch that than pro men because they're actually going to play team ball and they're going to actually play the right way, back cuts and all this stuff. And coaching in the women's Drew this summer, there's a ton, and Adam and Drew both came and supported. They didn't come to support me, they came to support these female hoopers. There's a ton of talent just in California, in the LA area. And I know Ferran's working on buying a ABA team, a women's team. That's going to happen. He's already said. He's just working out the details. And then there's also a thing in Rosarito that's going to happen. And I was talking to the guy at the combine, and what they're trying to do is build up women's basketball. And they're going to play the women's game. It's going to be like high school, so women's game, then a men's game. So if you want to watch the men, you have to be there for the women's game as well.
Of course.
And
nice.
And it's going to give a lot of women out here, because the main attraction is going to be California players. So it's going to bring a lot of the women players down here that haven't played overseas or have a kid now, and they can't go overseas for a few months, but they could go down to Rosarito for a day and play a game and then come back each weekend. So there's a lot of stuff in the works for women's basketball. Cody was the biggest proponent, you know, the biggest supporter of women's basketball. And it's been really cool to see the NBA guys jump on board now. CP3, all the girl dads are jumping on. LeBron and supporting women's basketball. And I think the bubble situation, COVID has just escalated that and accelerated it. So women's basketball is the thing to stay, and there's going to be a lot of things to work. So with the workers and without.
Wow, that's true.
Awesome.
What do you think after hearing that, Drew?
Well, I'm all for it, honestly. I grew up around women. I had my mother and my two sisters pretty much raised me because my dad was working all the time. So, like I said, women can literally do anything a man does plus more, I feel like.
I agree.
And it's just a perfect time just to push the movement. It's a good time for it.
Yep.
And to add to that, to add to what you're saying, Drew, Doc is a baller.
She's a baller.
She is a baller. Like I've seen one of her games at the Loot League, and she was killing people. Mm-hmm. She was making she was like one of those smart basketball players that you want on your team.
And all the love
because
today.
like she'll do
Thank you,
everything.
George.
She'll do everything she can to like help the team win, and that's what I like about Doc based on how she plays.
Yeah.
Thank you, George.
I got you.
No.
Hey, Doc, question.
Go ahead, G.
I know it's about Drewski today, but I want to ask you a quick question with George mentioning that. I never got the chance to see you play, but out of like the WNBA players playing right now, who do you kind of compare your game to?
I don't know, actually. So I wouldn't be able to say anyone because this is how I think, I guess. Okay, so I think if you were to say what dog would you be, I would say German Shepherd in a heartbeat, right?
Right.
But my kids say Chihuahua, so I don't know. I can't really say a fair answer to that.
I feel you on that.
All in the eye of the beholder.
But actually, I was just challenged right now to get a squad together and take on the LA Divas right now as we speak.
What?
Nice.
Because
Do it.
Okay.
because of my opinion on the name, and because they asked me my opinion and I gave my truthful opinion. Now I'm if I don't agree with what they're saying and I want to counter it, then I better bring it on the court. So
Do it.
Wow.
Do it. Back it up. Do it.
Oh, Doc, we're right behind you. We're right behind you on that, Doc. I would love to see that.
Heck
I would love to see
Yeah,
that.
we got some
That would be
recruiting to do.
legendary.
Can
That
we
would be
get some-
legendary.
I mean, that's not my idea of what basketball is to me, though. That leaves a really bad taste in my mouth. So now, like, you're gonna be pining women against women for your ego? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me.
You're right, dog.
Yeah.
You are right.
You know we got you. We're right there behind you.
In all of society, like, that's how it's been. Women have been put against each other, like women against women. Most women don't like other women because
Oh, it just froze. Everybody froze.
each other. And that's not cool. And to be like having a women's team and talk about, well, it's all minority owned and it's this, and we're trying to create opportunities for women. Doesn't really sound like it. It sounds like you're more trying to objectify women, and now you're taking your fighting dogs and you're going to make a big event, and what, you're going to promote it like, oh, we're going to be fighting Doc and her team, and like, I'm just not down for that. Sorry.
And I think with that just sends a bad message to what you guys are really about. Because like, if it's just about like divas, egos and stuff, then who would want to support something like that? I wouldn't.
Pay-per-view.
There you go.
Yeah, pay-per-view, but personally I wouldn't do it. So
Yeah.
that's just my 2 cents.
Hey, Doc, I got a quick question. Do you think media influences that to make women go against each other?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh
Totally.
yeah,
Oh, definitely.
most definitely.
Let her in.
This is the thing. Like, women have a lot more emotion involved in everything that we do in general, just physiologically, biologically speaking, right? When we take actions, there are different hormones and neurotransmitters that are released in comparison. And this is, from years of scientific studies, like when men do a certain act, they release a different amount of neurotransmitters and hormones in relation to this act. And when women do, it's like 10 times more emotion is put into it. So when you have men in competition with each other, it's kind of just like, yeah, it's guys. Like, that's what guys do, But when you put women against each other, like, it's a fight to the death.
I've seen
It's
it.
just
It's true. It's going to be interesting. So, I mean, like we said, there's so many women in quote unquote men's sports now. Like, they even showed that there was 3 women this week on the NFL football field, 2 coaches and a referee. Like, you're making so many steps, it's ridiculous. And it's only going to be a matter of time before we have a woman in the NHL, which we should have had a long time ago. I think they've had 1, and she was like a 3rd string goalie or something. And then baseball, same thing. There's girls out there that are killing it. I know a girl, she's a daughter of a Japanese professional baseball player. She's amazing. She could play for a team right now, and once they open up that barrier where it's like, hey, you want to play in your women's league? That's cool. But you want to come try out for MLB? Try out. If you can do what the guys can do, why the hell can't you play? That's just my stand on it. So, and that's for any sport, I think.
And why do you feel like they created that barrier?
I don't think there should be a barrier. I think, well, for baseball, I'll tell you,
Anybody?
one word for baseball is tradition. They're so traditional, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hockey, they're starting to open up. Like I said, they have that goalie. And football, definitely. Football's, there's no barrier now. It's they don't have players yet, but I have heard of kickers. I've heard, like I said, referees, coaches now. Someday, I mean, look, NBA is going to have a woman coach. Becky Hammond's going to be a coach within the next couple of years. I guarantee it.
I absolutely agree. There's been rumors flying out that she could coach, like, I don't know, I think it was like the Pacers or something. But either way, she's going to be an NBA coach for the future.
Absolutely. She should have been.
Because
I for sure thought she would have that Knicks job.
Yeah, me too.
Because, like, the girl worked under Greg Popovich.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
One of the best coaches in the NBA.
Yeah.
Under Greg Popovich. Just let that sink in.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Oh, yeah, she didn't be ready.
She's definitely going to be ready. And she has that killer mindset that could make you play even harder because she was a point guard in the WNBA.
Not to mention, I want to say she actually coached in the summer. I think I'm not sure if it was for the Olympics or the summer summer team.
It was the Spurs.
They won.
It was a summer league for the Spurs. Yeah.
And the whole thing, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
They got.
She was the head coach of the whole summer league.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean.
But yeah, I think she has a bright future of being like a head coach in the NBA.
Yeah,
I agree.
Call.
I mean, like I said, if you're qualified to do the same things that a guy can do, why the hell not? And that goes for sports, work, whatever. So that's where I'm going to leave it. We got about 10 minutes. You guys know what that means. Let's go around, and we're going to get our final things in on Drewski here. First off, again, Drew, thank you for coming back. I know it's a Sunday, and we're all out of sync right now. But thank you so much for making time for us. We appreciate it. We were super excited when you said you would come back, man. Like, all of us were. We're super excited.
No, thank you for having me, honestly. It's always fun talking to you guys. I honestly think we should do this more often, even if it's just not just for the show, but just coming together, talk, get some thoughts out there, just speak whatever.
Okay. Now, we can
man,
hear
as soon
you.
as we all got to get together, man, because we're already like a family right now.
Yeah, big barbecue. So obviously, Mr. Miami down
there. Hey, the finals is the perfect time.
There you go. It'll happen soon. All right, so I do have a question, believe it or not.
Good job.
The reporter thing.
You did good today.
What happened? Mr. Miami down there is going to barbecue for us. No.
Well, let's see what they do tonight. We play against the Boston Celtics.
Oh, shit. Why? I wasn't going there. I was trying to be polite. I was trying to be family orientated, and you brought in the rivalry.
All right. Go ahead.
Anyway, Drewski. All right, brother.
My bad, Ricky.
Way to twist it, George.
Oh.
Anyway.
Good job.
Buckets.
Good job.
That was well played, sir. Well played.
I'm not cooking for you, so
Well played, Adam. All right, for realsies this time. Okay. What legacy do you want to leave when you hang up your shoes, Andrew? You there?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. It was breaking
Yeah,
up.
I cut out. We're trying to get this done quick. What legacy do you want to leave?
I can hear you now.
What? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What legacy would you? Is that because?
Yeah, can you hear me?
What legacy? Yeah, I can hear you. What legacy do you want to leave when you retire?
When it's all said and done, I just want to be a man of my word that said that, despite whatever obstacles I had in my road, I didn't let that deteriorate my dream and my goals of achieving what I want to achieve in this life. And more importantly, I just want for my next kids or whoever, just to kind of be an inspiration like how my dad was for me. Just the sacrifices that I've seen him personally make for our family. It's the type of man that I want to be and the legacy I want to leave behind for my next gen.
Ooh, that was a good answer. Yeah, who's going to follow that up? Coach, what do you got?
Well, first, I'll say the goal. I mean, Drew knew how much I care about and love him, and as a player and a person. But the goal is, even though they're part of the Orcas, is for them never to play for us. And the reason they would never play for us is that they're signed to bigger contracts in the United States and overseas. And, you know, both of them have stuff in the works. So looking forward to that. So that they'll always be part of the family when they're here. Because the goal is for them not to play for us, honestly. You know, we're going to be playing in a tournament this Sunday. So a good amount of the Orcas, DA, Adam, Buddha, Mark, Val, Percy, they're all going to play this Sunday as P4E, not as the Orcas, just because of different reasons. But and new possible Orcas that we found from the combine, so I'm excited about that.
Cool.
And Hooper's, you know, one of his is Drew teammate from the past, and another guy that's really nice. He just hasn't had a chance. But my question is, Drew, we had a conversation yesterday after the combine, and we had thoughts on how the experience went. But my question is, what's the number one takeaway that you took from yesterday and participating in a pro combine?
I would say just understanding the mentality going into it, preparation as far as like what to expect when the drills come along, and when we're playing live 5-on-5 action, what I got to do to separate myself from everybody else, but in a good way, not in a selfish way.
Yeah, and like I told you, remember, you got to show you, and I told a couple of the players, you got a short period of time to show everything you got.
Yeah.
You lost in the shuffle, and you know, it just prepared you for this next step coming up in a little bit.
Yes, I agree. I really agree. And once we had that conversation, I feel like it definitely changed my mindset a little bit, because I was just more or less thinking about my performance, not really thinking like, okay, this experience is going to help me grow. And now when I go to the next one in a couple of weeks, it's like I know exactly what to expect, so it doesn't ever get me off guard.
Cool.
Yeah, like I told you, you know, there's only a waste of an experience if you don't learn something from it.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what you do in life, you only take an L if you don't learn from it. There are no L's, you know, like unless you don't take anything from it. There's only win and there's only victory. So, you know, Drew's come a long way in a short amount of time, and it's just amazing to see. And he finally said it, and it was on Friday when we were watching the first day. And Drew was just there to meet some people, and he told me that he's proud of himself. And I don't think I've ever heard him say that. And he deserves to be. But the job's not done, of course, but you deserve to be proud of yourself. And it's been well deserved and well earned, and keep going.
I appreciate you, Don. Thank you.
Yeah, keep the grind, brother. We're proud of you. George, go ahead, brother.
Thank you.
All right, what's up, Drewski? How you doing, man?
I'm good, my brother. You?
I'm pretty good. After the Lakers whooped on my
and my Titans just
last
night.
Sorry,
go ahead.
But yeah, so my question is, who do you have on your Rushmore?
Oh yeah, we never asked you about the
all time,
any era.
Right,
that's a good question. Yeah,
you can't get out of this one.
Do it. How did we let that question slip the first time?
Because it was a pilot.
Maybe.
Didn't know.
Maybe I was just concerned.
Flash did it.
Okay.
Did it.
First and foremost, I gotta put T-Mac.
Steve Nash?
No, he said T-Mac.
Oh, T-Mac. Oh, T-Mac. Okay. T-Mac.
T-Mac gotta be number one. I'm gonna go Kobe, number two.
Okay. Which Kobe?
LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go 24 Kobe.
24 Kobe. Okay.
What LeBron?
Oh my God.
Miami LeBron was just different. Miami LeBron.
Okay.
And last,
you know what he's gonna say.
This is tough.
Who's your big?
I'm gonna have to put I'm gonna have to put my boy Klay Thompson.
Okay. So you're going with the shooting.
I feel like he's very underrated in the league. He doesn't get enough credit for what he does.
I'm putting Larry Bird.
Cool question.
Nobody cares about you.
Who's playing the point for you guys?
I was coming to you next.
Who's going to play the point? Drew?
Wait your turn.
Playing the point. LeBron.
Who's going to be playing the point?
LeBron.
LeBron, okay. Oh, that's dangerous right there.
Okay. There it is. There it is. All right, cool.
There it is.
Class, did we ask you about your Rushmore? I can't remember.
We don't care.
You don't Damn. It's the jersey, bro.
If we're doing
everybody's like, you're not Flash.
Mine would be
Drew.
That sounds about right.
Okay, take it back. It's gonna be Buddha. I'm putting Don up there. I'm putting me.
Oh.
And then I'm putting Big Man. Don, you got to Well, my last sportsman would be T-Mac. I'm taking Raptor T-Mac.
Oh my God. Raptors T-Mac. Okay.
That sounds like the 35 for the Okras next year.
Raptor T-Mac is athletic.
There it is. All right. Let's finish up. Doc, go ahead. I know you got something good. There you go. Okay.
Okay, so what are your plans, Drew? What are your plans for like the next 2 months?
2 months. Physically, I have some goals I want to set for myself to gain weight and be in better shape. Financially, as far as a job and stuff like that, I hope to be back coaching. I hope to be back working at the high school and conditioning my kids out there. But honestly, I don't know. The future gives me anxiety sometimes. I take it day by day.
I think that's true.
What's going on with your T-shirts?
It's been good. I honestly just took a little bit of break just to kind of get myself together because I'm trying to get ready for this combine coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm going to talk to you about it a little bit. And that's just taking a little bit of a time out, but that's something I really like to keep pushing and doing just because of the simple fact I never thought it would actually even get off the ground, honestly. I was so scared to even, put the idea out, but once I did and I got so much positive feedback, it was like one of the greatest feelings that I was able to have, honestly, in a long time. So I definitely want to continue that and create sweats, sweaters, and beanies, cool stuff.
Cool.
It's a good logo. So where can anybody who's listening right now contact you to order some of your stuff?
My Instagram directly, but I will be making a separate page just for Drewski apparel and stuff like that. I want to post everybody that has a shirt, post them on my page, and just start pushing that. Just because I feel like a lot of people don't know me, or they know me as far as a competitor on the court, but off the court, like I said, I'm all smiles. I love to have a good time and just laugh and enjoy the little things in life.
All smiles, huh?
Sure.
Who thought of that?
Coached it. Of everybody that has a shirt?
I'm sorry, what happened?
You said you're going to post a picture of everyone who has a shirt?
Yes, I was going to take a selfie or a picture with the shirt on, and I'm just going to post it on my separate page, just to show thanks and gratitude, because I understand, I honestly really did not see this going anywhere. I really didn't, but a lot of people really showed a lot of support, and that really fills my heart with that.
That's awesome. Guys, you hear that? Ladies, if you want to be an instant model, just get one of those shirts. And you're going to have to talk to my agent for my picture, but
Oh, man. Doc has spoken.
Yeah,
I feel you, dog. I feel you.
Make it happen, Lucy.
I'll be doing a lot of trash talking over here.
It was nice to you earlier. It's all good. All right, G, I don't know if you're going to follow that up, but go ahead and close us out, dude.
All right, Big Drewski. It was a pleasure having you on the show once again. I hope that you take care next 12 months. And for hopefully we could get the ball rolling soon. But with that being said, how do you feel about the season being canceled for this year, though?
Good.
And how did that affect you?
Honestly, given the circumstances, I was completely okay with it because I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather us take our time and know exactly what we want to do so that way we can just go establish the action plan for it. But, it didn't really hurt my feelings that bad because now I get a chance to kind of sit back watch a few ABA games, see how the gameplay is, the new rules and everything like that. And that way next year when we're ready for it, I feel like mentally and everything, I'll be ready to put my best foot forward for it.
Sounds good. That's a great answer right there. And just to piggyback on what you said right now, not only you, but like the other players that we interviewed, they've all been saying that with this time that you guys have off right now, you guys like are taking the time to detail the game, and that's what I like, because as soon as the season starts, I'm gonna have a great season next year, man. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. We have a great group of guys. Honestly, we know each other too at some point, whether we played against each other or we play with each other. So we're familiar with everybody, and it's just gonna be fun putting all that together. Different styles of games that we have, and like I said, ultimately we're playing to win for something bigger than just W's and L's.
Definitely. Have the pleasure, Drewski.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
Thank you, my man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, it's been a freaking pleasure, dude. We always love hanging out with you. You always bring smiles. That's why the show's called All Smilez. That's you, brother. It just is. So I want to again thank Andrew Drewski Bournes for joining us, and crazy Mr. Miami down there as well, Adam Flash. Thank you so much. On behalf of myself, Double R, we got G, we got George, we got Doc, and we got Coach. Come join us next week. We'll see. We got episode 20 next week. We'll see what comes with it. So again, Orcamaniacs, be safe out there. Wear a mask, and we can't wait to see you on the court in 2021. Peace out.